Hello, hello, my sacred friends. I'm so excited to be here again doing one of these frequency code lives with you, especially one of these frequency code personalized lives. So I'm just going to shift a few things here on my desk. Let me put this back. Hello, hello. If you are popping on, please say hi. I love chatting with you all. Replayers, please say hi as well. I will chat with you when I see your comment. So the frequency code, personalized and collective codes. I really like these because, so what I'm going to do is tap into a few people, probably around 5 specifically. So tuning into you and your blueprint, and we're gonna channel in a frequency code, a DNA activation that can specifically work with your goal, your desire, to help you harmonize your cellular system and your energetic frequency to begin to vibrate to that frequency, your goal, whether it's pain relief, money, whatever. And at the same time, what I've found with these is that even though what I can do, what can happen in these is that I will be tapping into, yes, your goal and your blueprint, but I can also step into the collective here and allow it so that everybody else is still getting the benefit of that code. So we did this in the chakra series, and it was very potent. So again, if you are not selected for a personalized code, just being here is awesome. You know, just getting to receive these frequency codes is awesome. So you're in for a little treat. I absolutely love this work. So maybe back up a tiny bit. I'm Megan Rose, in case you're new to this group, and I'm an energy medicine teacher. Spiritual gift activation is like my heart. And these frequency codes are gifts from transmissions from Melchizedek in the Order of Light, the sister in the Brotherhood of Light. Really source itself, but this is where these beautiful beings are where I originated these channelings from. And kind of like I just explained there a bit, they are harmonic and orderly, precise wavelengths, so frequencies that come in very specific manners, in color rays, in sacred geometry. You'll probably see me do a lot of stuff with my hands when I'm trying to mimic the wavelengths. And so that's the code, right? So like I do a code that's called like happy home, which comes in a diamond lattice. That's my symbol for that. And so that's why they're the frequencies, the energies, the wavelengths, and then the codes. So there's a happy home. We can do heart awakening, we can do abundance, prosperity. If you've been following me, really it's limitless what energy that I can bring through in these. It's about asking for, becoming the conduit, and transmitting the exact frequency that emanates the essence of what we want to bring forth. And so when they do that, these are like the divine, original, beautiful blueprints of the universe. So I'm sure I wrote a lot in this live, but it's a lot. And even when I was typing it out, I'm like, people are just going to hop on. They're not going to be able to read this whole thing. But do go in afterwards, because I explain it a bit again if you're new. But more what it does and what the beautiful blessing of these frequency codes are is that when your cellular system, when your energetic body, your physical body, all of it is introduced back, reintroduced to these divine original blueprints, you remember it. Your cells wake up and they remember the harmony and the order that's being reintroduced to their body. That's really like a blessing and a gift and a reprieve from a lot of the negative and discordant energies that have been bombarded on our planet, not just in our lives here in this decades, but for the past thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So this is really about a reintegration back into your authentic, natural, divine self. And so when that happens, and so this is why they're so powerful, so you're being introduced back into the harmonic frequencies of your divine blueprint. And when that happens, when these energies come in, all that discordant energy, all that negative and the blocks and the densities that we talk about, there's no room for them in the body. Harmony takes over the distorted energies. So when these frequency codes are reintroduced, again, they're doubly so powerful because you're having like happiness and joy and peace and all of that being reintroduced into your energetic system. And all the stuff that was blocking that anyway, the illnesses and the diseases and again, the discordant frequencies are falling out of your system. So it's really like this beautiful double blessing that these codes offer, and why you're going to hear me talk about them, and you have been. We're almost coming up on the year anniversary of where I've officially introduced these to the world. But I've been using them for about 2-3 years in a lot of quieter ways. Like my clients have felt them. I'm about to try and go back and see you guys. I know you guys have been saying hi, so hi. Yeah, so it's been about 2-3 years where it's kind of been a little quieter. I've been using them like on private clients, things like that. And then I really just got the go ahead, from Melchizedek in the order to be, the world needs them, we're ready, release them. And so yeah, it's been about a year now. Hello, sweet friend Kami and Brad. All the frequency codes, Brad. I am focusing in right now, as you know, on psychic awakenings. So, and that is another thing that I've actually been talking to them about and asking, like I know that there's a lot that needs to unfold in the world, but can we harness in on some energy here? Like, can you let me focus, please, on these tasks at hand, if you will. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Jean and Heather. Hello, Brittany. I'm glad to see you in here. I didn't know you weren't in the group already, Brittany. I should do that automatically. If you sign up for one of my courses, I should make sure you know about the conscious soul. Hello, Heather. Yes. I love your picture, by the way. Sunbeamed codes coming in. Hello, Ray. It's good to see you, my friend. Hello, Alnita. Yeah, see, it made up for it. There was a live today, Alnita. Hello, Tanya. Oh, it's so good to see you on here, too. And Alnita, I know, it feels, I'm in one of those time warp things, and this is probably really common for you guys. I do want to talk about energy a tiny bit before we get in, because it has been very potent. Not only, we can talk about all these portals and gateways and stuff that we just went through, but more specifically, even just this last week. But yes, it really feels like, I can't believe it's been a year either, just a year either. Like it's one of those things where it really feels like the me that launched this about a year ago is just like a different person, which I was, and really, and that will happen when you're in the conscious awakening game. Most of you know that this group was Peace on Earth Rocks, right? And I'm honoring the conscious soul, because that's what this is. That's what life's about, is becoming your most conscious, most authentic, most beautiful divine self, and really honoring those thousands of awakenings that we're going to have, and just constantly developing, really almost in a playful way, not like, oh my God, like I have to awaken, but more honoring the process and the discovery and the unfoldings of how it will be. Hello, Shannon. So the energy, I don't it's not like an energy diagnosis I kind of want to go into or anything like that. I just want to just remind everybody to honor their bodies. And honor your perceptions, because I'm sure most of you, especially when we're in communities like this, are more or less or more aware. And it's really about discernment. Where so often we go into things where it's like, oh, I'm so tired today. Or like, oh, you know, my muscles cramping up, or just all these things. And we almost want to blame ourselves. Like, oh, I wasn't taking care of this, or I should have been taking that vitamin, or I should have slept more. It's very human to start blaming yourself for certain things, but when what I want you all to do is, like, each morning and night, or even when you feel things like that, just bring your energy right here, heart to high heart, right here in your chest. Bring everything back in and just tune into yourself for a moment. And ask your body to regulate and to scan and to balance itself. And then go ahead and ask yourself, like, is this me? You know, talk to your body. Is this me? Do I need to be taking more vitamins because of my muscle cramp? Or am I just tuning in and adjusting and assimilating to these, oh my goodness, potent energies that are coming in? And then, of course, if that's the answer, then the same thing. What more can I do? Do I need to be drinking 2 gallons of water? Because I swear I cannot satiate my thirst. And it's because the body wants it. My cells, they will speak to you. Your cells will speak to you. Speak to them, please. So what is it? I just took a 45-minute nap. I have work to do, guys. Trust me. If y'all know me, I got stuff to do. I could not. When I tuned into my own energy, I was doing some writing about an hour and a half ago. I tried to do a video, and then I was like, okay, fine, I'll write. And I started to do it, and it's like, and my energy just went down, and it's like, because I felt like this big wave, and I'm like, okay, tune in, center, what do I need? And it's like, get off the computer, go rest. And it took me, guys, so many years to listen to myself like that, because the person that launched this, you know, these frequency codes last year wouldn't have gave myself this hour. I was in a deeper energy of, no, you must, because as a human thing, we have to get everything done. But the best thing when I really listened to my body was to go chill on that couch. I set an alarm. I'm like, you have a live at 2. So I set an alarm for 1:45, guys. I just got up. You know, I probably only fell asleep for like 20 minutes, but it was good. I feel good now. And so that is really what I want you to focus on, because there is like an electric. So I'm feeling electric pulses. You might be feeling things like your hands and your feet are going to sleep, or literally like my thumb has been twitching again. And then there's a big throbbing. So we're doing different big clearings are happening around us and within us. So again, like pulsations are coming in to clear things out and to activate. And then the same thing, I'm feeling a much slower throbbing. You might even actually feel your heart is going. That's a lot of times where I feel that sensation. And again, this is the same thing kind of like with the frequency codes, where we're going to receive and be able to perceive different wavelengths in the universe. And again, all around us, everything is the universe. As cellular clearings and cellular activations, because we're just in the ascension times. Remember, this stuff is happening to you whether you are deciding and choosing to be conscious about it as well. The same reason why I always say, again, most of you guys are probably all working on yourselves in beautiful ways, but also go easy on like your family and stuff that's not. Because these people are experiencing the same things, and they may not be able to even be at the point where they can understand it. So for you guys, I want you to work on discernment and talking to your body about these different symptoms that may be coming in lately, or that are definitely coming in lately. So I'm going to take a sip of water, but before I do that, I want to explain this transmission a little bit more. If you would like to be selected for a private code right now, it's the private and collective, so no matter if I select you, remember everybody's going to get these codes. I want you to share in like 3 words or like a sentence, short, something you're working on, a desire or a goal. So it could be anything. Increased abundance, back pain relief. I added things again in this long text that I'm sure nobody read because you just hop on the live. So like, yes, back pain relief, foot pain relief. The codes are actually really good for pain relief. I do a free series on pain relief actually, if you guys don't know that. But anything, heart health, happiness, confidence, client attraction. So 2, 3, a sentence at most. Please add yours, and I'm literally just going to allow, to be guided to certain codes that I'm drawn to. And again, every single person will benefit from them. So if you're not selected, please don't feel bad, because you're going to be receiving beautiful energies anyway. Please stay hydrated, guys. Please stay hydrated. Kami, I have to, so freedom. So I just want to, one thing I'm laughing is because I'm reading a book, and I was going to tell you that you need to read it. So the Sophia Code, if you haven't yet, Kami, because I literally thought of you this morning. I was like, oh my God, Kami needs to read this. But for example, something like that, I am working on freedom from the patriarchy. What I would do is bring through either freedom, which we did a freedom code before, and that was amazing. I'll just bring that one back up. But like divine feminine freedom, that could be an amazing code. So for example, like that's how these codes come forth, kind of in words or essences. And then I will translate them and transmit them into energy, into DNA activations for you guys. Okay. Yes, but I already drink a lot of water, and I can't get enough of this, and I can't share enough how simple it is, but how necessary it is. So especially if you're not a water drinker, oh my God, go fill up your bottle. But you probably need even more than you think if you are a water drinker right now. So, okay, I'm going to start tapping in. I'm just going to go within. And then when I open my eyes, I'm going to, scroll up and down. I'm really going to allow myself just to be drawn in. I'm going to drink some more water first. I'm so thirsty. Okay. A tiny bit more explanation. I'm remembering that not many of you might have been on one of these. So frequency codes are DNA activations, but you can very much feel them in your body. So any sorts of sensations, vibrations, tingles, or releases are all very natural. You might have small visions, emotional sensations, all natural, very beautiful. They are gentle and harmonic, again, remember? So we're not going to be expecting any big releases or purges here, but with all energy work, it's natural that sometimes things like that might come up. And that's just a very beautiful process. It means even on a deeper level that it's working. So with these transmissions, they are silent transmissions. There's no music or anything like that's going to be playing. Sometimes I will say that I'm called to be completely silent, and the energy is very much still flowing. I can actually, my feet are getting anchored on right now, like we're about to begin. but I also will translate messages from the benevolent ones. I rarely, sometimes I might, like an ascended master or a guide will want to be named, but rarely. I'll say they, the benevolent ones. It's much more about the frequency than who is coming through. Okay, let's go. Okay, I was going to keep scrolling, but I'm really being drawn to inner peace. Christine Marie, I think that's a very great way to start out this code. I do a peace and joy code, and it's pretty wildly beautiful. And so peace, if you don't know, if you've ever seen that scale of frequencies, you know, like shame and fear is way down here, which is really, these are the densities and blocks that we speak of, the things that get trapped in our cellular body, that prevent us from experiencing things like peace and love. But so beside, like, it's like enlightenment that's like all the way at the top, and then I'm pretty darn sure that peace is the next highest vibration. So it can be like this really amazing, ecstatic, blissful experience where, yes, like we come together in this calm. The peace ones always work on the nervous system, but it's also a really beautiful raising of your vibration. So yeah, I'm really being called to that one. I'm not warming up my hands because that's how the energy starts. It's just, that's another symptom that's been happening lately with this energy, is I'm very, very cold as my body is getting used to these new energies that are coming in. So I always close my eyes for these codes. I do recommend it for you as well. If you guys are driving, you shouldn't be. I really recommend, if anybody's listening to this on the road, I really recommend that you come back and watch the replay, okay? These can be powerful transmissions. So please close your eyes. Feel free to sit up or lay down. We're going to go ahead and settle in here. Feel free to move around. Let your breath get into a natural rhythm. And the frequency code, inner peace, is beginning now. I love the ones that make me smile right away. So this is a frequency that I call a blanket frequency, meaning it just comes in from everywhere. And they're really wanting me to share, they want me to say weighted blanket, like, because my shoulders dropped right away. It feels like I'm being snuggled by this frequency and this vibration. And so that's the essence of the weighted blanket. They want you to know that you are safe, you are secure. Christine, they're letting me know that deep down in your cells, you have not been, like, there's a story, there's a memory in your cells that does not believe this, that I'm safe and that I'm secure. So that's really, again, what we're wrapping into. There's like a group hug going on around you right now. So think of this big huddle of your guides, of comfort and safety and beauty. They're just sharing this deep way where, again, especially we're tapping into you, Christine, but I'm seeing all these huddles of people around me in my vision. So everybody is receiving this beautiful blessing and benefit of inner peace, where your people, your guides, your cosmic team are coming in and just like my ears are popping. Many of you might be hearing messages, receiving messages from them, as they're just sharing with like how much you are deeply loved and cared for. And they're speaking this, and this frequency is coming deep again into your cells. We're washing your body and every single system in your body. I'm feeling amazing energy from the crown to the third eye right now. This beautiful white-green essence is pouring in. And so they're speaking to your cells and reminding your cells that you are truly cared for and loved and watched over in all the moments, and that human experiences can show a body that this may not have been true in a 3D human experience, but that you are held now in being, they're wanting to say prayers answered. So I don't know if that's I will commonly say prayers too, but they're being specific with you about prayers answered, meaning again that you're intimately being guided and held here as you work on this road of inner peace and happiness, this recovery of self-confidence, they also want me to say. There's like a really big load off that's come off of the shoulders and the brain. This propensity that we have to carry weight here and carry pressure in these areas is just like it's gone. There's a really deep balancing and like a straight frequency now, like down your Sushumna column that's happening. And so this energy that's been coming down but has still been focused in the crown and the third eye is sinking completely down your Sushumna column. And I'm feeling a lot of activity down at your root, which goes back to those safety influences and messages that are coming in. Like you do have a solid ground to stand on. It's us. We're here. You can build yourself up from your divine spark, from this original blueprint that we always speak of. This is your foundation. You are safe here in your body, in your divinity. Okay. So I'm going to tap out specifically of this one, but remember, so I'm going to open my eyes too. So remember these codes, these are going to build upon each other. So this frequency is still flowing into our bodies. I'm actually still feeling a lot of like there's an expanded clearing happening down at the sacrum, which is interesting because yesterday, if you guys haven't done yet, the hip pain relief really offered kind of so much more than just physical pain relief. So I'll share that again. But that's what it's feeling, is like this is rooting down and it's expanding out, making sure that you feel this frequency, and that we all do, deep in our roots, to ensure that this inner peace has a place to well up from and to grow from. That foundation, again, is very important. Ooh, so, okay. Tanya, the Sophia code for anybody who's looking for like deep, I was going to say deep divine feminine work, but oh, it's just so sacred. I guess technically it's about the return to divine feminine, but it's so much more about the ascended masters and the creatrix of this world, of the universe. Very, very powerful, and I only just started it. Okay, my friends, we're going to go into a second code here. Okay, let's go into, so what expression wants to come through? I'm tapping into genes. That's where they wanted me to stop the connecting to the angels and guides, but I want them to, give me the code. So I'm just tapping in a second to formulate what the essence of that is. Okay. It's just angelic connection. So yeah, I was going to start talking, but my human self doesn't need to explain anything. So we're just going to go into that. Remember, again, inner peace is still with us, is still here, is still anchoring. And we're going to go ahead and tap into angelic connection for Jean and for all. The frequency code angelic connection is beginning now. Wow. So this one's kind of intense. There's a lot that's coming in. So we're from crown or from source universe to root again, but it's an undulating waves that are coming in from source and really kind of along every energy vortex, but not even particularly. And it feels like there's this stretching, this massive expansion, but yeah. So we're stretching up and expanding out within our physical energetic body. I mean, even to the essence, like so much expansion that I'm seeing visions of like myself as like a giant self, like just, and it's this, it's like there's a simultaneous energy of the angelic host wanting us to understand and feel and perceive our vastness and how huge we actually are energetically, while at the same time recalibrating. Remember, this is always really about harmonizing and recalibrating our bodies to the ability to also be able to perceive them, because your angels are here. Oh my goodness, they want you to know that. They always are. And just like with any energetic frequencies, it is about turning yourself and tuning yourself and teaching yourself how to be the vibrational, on the same vibrational frequency as the things that you are desiring to connect to. And angels are just the most beautiful and harmonic of all. Haven't even existed in a field like we, in a 3D field. So when we tune in and get to experience and receive messages and share this world with angels, it's not them coming down to our level, it's us coming up to theirs. And so there's this massive expansion here. I mean, I feel so light and airy, and the codes are just coming in fast. Many of you are probably having flashes within your eyes. I'm seeing all sorts of rainbow colors. Again, with the angelic host, we're not playing around with one frequency. And they are really letting your bodies and your energies understand what it's like to exist in these higher vibrational ways of being, and to be able to do it as a human in a human host body, so that you can tune in to them and to their messages and to all these bigger, beautiful, grander things that we want to tap into. So this is about you expanding, not necessarily about, having to ask or having anything come to save you or, come meet you. This is about you growing and unfurling and just, oh my goodness, I'm really seeing like big, beautiful beings here in this massive expansion of your bodies. We're going to sit here in silence for about a minute, my friends. I really this is a lot of work on the DNA structures, and again, gentle. I will say intense, because this is like, whoa. But you're all, anyone who's called to be here is meant to be here. So allow this to come into your bodies. Allow yourself to meet those things that you desire. Allow yourself to grow and expand. Allow yourself to remember who you are. You'll hear me say that a lot, but that's because I hear that a lot from my guides. It's a huge message. Remember who you are. We're not tiny little human beings. We came here for grand purposes. We're grand spiritual beings ourselves. And so we do remember being in company with the angels and beyond. We have swam and soared with these beings in many lifetimes before. It's about rising up to your destinies, to your greatness, to your bigness, filling out the destinies and the frequencies that you truly are. So mini homework challenge from your angels. When we are done this frequency live, I would like you to either with paper or in your own essence, in your own body, to ask what energy is the most prominent that your specific, most on high angel is bringing you now. And I want you to tap into that essence, whether that is love or increase or expansion or peace. I want you to then sit there after this and tap into that angel, tap into that vibration, tap into that essence, meet that essence. Tune into your power, your ability to be those essences and to share in those vibrations, because they are here with you. They are here within you. Okay. So I'm going to transition out of this specific codes, my friends. I'm going to open my eyes. Wow, Jean. Thanks for asking that one. I didn't expect that today. But, this is actually a beautiful thing with the frequency codes. I've let myself get out of my human way. Because I couldn't make this stuff up. I couldn't perceive what these do for us, how they come into the body. really what gifts they're able to give us. So I'm quite commonly always blown away, even though, right, we can technically say this is my work, but I'm a host as well. I am an anchor and a transmitter of this work, of this source work. And that's why my most passionate thing now is that even though I am a powerful healer, is that it's not, I mean, I will work with you one-on-one, but more so I want to work with you one-on-one in teaching you and in activating this stuff in you. That's why I have my courses. I want to pass it on to you, instead of just doing one-off things like, you know, yeah, I can help your back, you know, and I can help this and things like that, but I'd much rather, I'm called, my mission is to help awaken and activate these things in you, because like I get to feel all your energies and see how big and beautiful you guys are when I do this work. Cool. Okay. Okay. Jean, a lot of them, I'm not I don't want to say overly emotional. I don't mean anything like that, but I'm not even really too much of an emotional person. Although I've joked with this as I do work on my heart chakra, you know, that the tears flow more. But the codes do that to me too, where all of a sudden, like, I'm introduced, I think actually peace and joy, that very code did do that when I first brought it in, because it's like, you just, when you meet these beings on this level, and when you're really inundated in being reconnected, right, that dissolve the veil or the illusion of separation, when we get to that level, it's very, very touching. It's very, very powerful and beautiful. Ray, I see your beautiful light too, my friend. TJ, I'm going to tap in kind of to yours, because, yeah, well, I'm just being drawn to yours, but I want to see the same thing, how they want to bring that in. Because, again, physical, so, like, I did I did a chakra blossoming codes series, and that's amazing, and it's 21 codes for 21 different vortexes. But when I went into it, again, the same thing with letting the human go, because when I love spiritual work, right? So I do everything in a sense for spiritual activations. But when I went into those codes, really one of the most biggest benefits that people come and tell me is about pain relief from wrist and knees and hips and headaches gone. So that's a really big one for that, and I like the frequency codes that they do that. So I just want to tap in to see if they want, like, why they stopped me on yours. Like, do they want to do organ work? There's like an organ chakra code, or if we want to go into like the solar plexus. Yeah, I think we're going to do like Again, trying to get out of my human head, like I'm seeing and feeling energy, but they're not really giving me a name. So they don't want me to say solar plexus, but I'm going that like solar code is what I'm hearing, and I'm seeing this giant vibrant sun inside what we would say is the solar plexus, but they don't want me to say like it's a chakra code. So again, human self, be gone. Human brain. We're just going to go into this. Let's see what comes from our solar code. I think I'm going to, if I just keep sipping more water, I'm going to have to break, guys. Adoring this, but I can't help it. My body wants it. Okay. Okay, so we're going to tap in again. Remember, we're still connected to inner peace and to our angelic. Oh my God, those hosts, guys. They're so beautiful, and they're here for you. So let's see where this solar code is merging with these beautiful babies, with these other beautiful codes. The frequency code, solar code, is beginning now. This one's so nice. We're going to be silent here for a few moments because this is very interesting. It's almost a new type of wavelength. So let's go ahead and sit into it, my friends. Okay, I'm likely going to have to tap into this one even after this to explore this new type of wavelength. So, but what's happening and what they're sharing is that this is a type of like plasma-like, so solar, like plasma type code, and the newness that I'm feeling is like it's immediately filling out the whole body. We're not just focused in the gut or in the stomach at all. It's filling out the whole body with this warm ethereal liquid type of wavelength. So it's very filling and fluid, and they're letting me know that we are creating like an even playground for your frequency and for your healing to be able to move and flow and react, so that this fire, this inflamed energy and discord that was happening here in the gut, which is actually very prevalent. I talked a bit about this on the Earth Code. It's very prevalent for this inflamed, discordant energy to be harboring in this area for humans nowadays. And it's almost kind of like an energetic warfare is what they're sharing with me, where this sacred center has been targeted and focused upon by these discordant waves. And since it's been bombarded in this one area, it's been such a struggle to physically or either mentally understand how to get to a healing point in this body, because there's too much laser focus in that area. And so that's why when this code came in, it's like it's returning us into this ethereal, energetic being inside our bodies and all around, so that we can even out and find balance and restoration within ourselves, and very, very much the fluid. I want to definitely emphasize that very fluid energy here that's coming in. And it's like this we're almost getting that weighted blanket type feeling back, but except from the inside. It's like it's giving you the chance, our bodies a chance to sink into the moment, to sink into the being, to just being, to really intimately be with our bodies and experience the joys of this existence. So many times it's the same thing almost that I'm feeling how where we were laser focused here in the gut, also where there's just this dispersed energy in other ways. They're showing me like up in the crown where all this energy is going out. We're doing there's an imbalance and a focus on the out there and the up there instead of this sinking in. And when we dance and when we play inside our bodies and really anchor in and honor the embodiment, honor the fact that our spirits, our souls are here and we wanted to live in this sacred body, we're just going to intimately be able to understand and heal deeper and deeper and deeper as we sink in and in and in, and allow the fluidity of our sacred vessels and our sacred blood and our sacred fluids really activate and do the healing for us, because our bodies are so powerful. They have regenerative abilities. And so that's what they want to let me know that's coming back in with like this solar plasma code. The inner vibrations on this one are wildly beautiful. Like your whole body's just tingling from the inside out. Really making sure that you can feel your aliveness and feel the way that your cells and everything is literally vibrating in every single moment. And this activity alone will help restore, again, balance to the entire system. So I'm going to tap out of this specific code. They're wanting, I'm going to open my eyes, but so one thing that I'm hearing from why we went to those two levels is it's very important in energy work to start to understand the laws and how, and the how-tos of expansion and contraction. And the sending and honoring and receiving of energy, not even particularly to anybody. Actually, this practice is it's very smart to start to harness and practice this energy, just like with the earth, with the room, with your plants, about the expanding your energy out like we did with the angelic host, and how we can become these big, limitless, beautiful beings all while in our flesh. And then in the same moment, even right after, right, where we can honor how full and alive and powerful we are just right here. And how this beautiful macrocosm is really living inside our bodies at this time. So, yeah, that's a really big energy. I would go, for anybody who's dealing with physical healing right now, I would play with both of those energies, especially with the earth, because the earth will heal you guys. We could go on and on about how they can heal you with the proper foods, but I mean, just really playing with the earth and her vibrations. That's, it's all energy, but she'll help you restore. So play with it like an expansion and a contraction while you're with the earth. Again, you don't even have, it's freezing where I am too, so you don't really have to go outside, but if you can than do, but you can do this by tapping into just the physical vibration of the earth and the space around you as well. So practice that. Practice expanding out and contracting your energies and allowing the flow. Yeah, because there was this big focus on that there was too much focus on these places that are causing us pain. There's these blocks and these kind of like bursts, that's pain. And if we just would allow it to dissipate, and then, so that's really what that solar plasma code, that was wild, guys. That's new. And this is why, again, I love the wavelengths and the frequencies. I can't, again, make this stuff up. And when they come in, because that's, well, yeah, that was very beautiful. So thanks for asking that, TJ. So let's see where we're going. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. It's my pleasure. Hello, Suzanne. Jean, and I'm cold again after that. So in the solar plasma, when it first started, it felt like, so my arms filled up with that it was a warm, not a hot liquid, but it was like a warm liquid energy. And that really filled me up. And now that, even though it is still flowing, because all three of them are, we're layering them, but my outer body returned to cold. So very interesting. Melissa, I do some extremely beautiful, powerful soul star activations. We actually just did that in the Frequency Code Evolutions course, Earth Star, Soul Star, Stellar Gateway, but I also offer them in the 21 chakra series, and they're wild. I'm gonna have to ask them about this or look into that. Maybe it was different. They're letting me know it's not a chakra, but it was plasma. I'll have to look into it, guys. Then, so I just want to share this before I go to the next one. We get so caught up again in our human minds of, I have to know, I have to be able to explain to people, I need names, what is it, let me label it, so on and so on and so on. And that is one of the killers of why, one, we don't activate and grow to the next level ourselves, but two, why we keep ourselves from sharing this stuff with other people, especially that. As a teacher and a guide, I'm going live right now and talking to you guys, and I'm okay saying that I don't know exactly what that was, and I need to find out myself more information. Because that's the journey, and that's the truth, and knowing that you, we, I can be powerful anchors for this type of medicine or beyond, being able to support people, share people, even teach to people, but also saying that I need to ask them for more information, or I need to learn more. And I know that that's what's going to happen after this, whether I choose to actually go look for more information, or I just tap in and say, hey guys, I need to know more about this solar plasma energy. Please share something with me. And then 2-3 days later, I guarantee you, and I'll share it with you guys when I find it, I'm going to get some kind of wild confirmation or information through normally a video, person, an article, where it's going to explain to me the frequencies and the energies of kind of what this is and why this is being introduced. So just do the things. It's so important to get this work out there, to get your work out there, both within your own body, to have the own confidence that you can just do the things and heal the things, but also if you're called to share this, it's equally as important to get out of the fear mind, out of the label mind. Yeah. You know, a lot of you guys are talking about either abundance, prosperity, or client attraction. So I do want to go into something for that. I actually have codes for all of those: abundance, prosperity, and client attraction. I'm not sure if that's what wants to come through. Let me check. Okay. So I also have a code called wealth expansion, but so the words that are coming through is increased wealth. And I like that. I like that. Again, I'm not doubting or anything, but I have a very playful relationship with my guides, and you guys all should too. This is life. Life is a play, and it should be joyful and fun. But so increased wealth, I just thought it was funny the way that they want to say that. But why I'm hearing it is because not everybody is attracting clients, right? Like we might have 9-to-5s, and our 9-to-5s want more money too. And just increased wealth, yeah, in any way, we deserve to be sovereign, abundant, prosperous beings. That's another thing that has been inundated on this culture and really taken from us to keep us in a fear, lack, hive mind. So let's see what's to come through with increased wealth. The frequency code increased wealth is beginning now. And I should have known. So a lot of the prosperity code series starts with this. So we're anchoring in right now. These are what I call like the magnetic or weighted boots, where it literally feels like my feet have just solidly attached to the earth, to its magnetic frequency, sinking us in, connecting and anchoring and deepening the way that we energetically have a relationship with the abundant earth, who is here to take care of us and who is here to support us with all of her earthly riches. So we're just going to allow this to sink in. You're likely feeling it in your roots, in your butts and your thighs. I don't know if you guys are sitting or laying down, but you know, it started at the feet and now we're going up into the trunk, and they're really just making sure that we understand that to be anchored and to truly come back into a reciprocal relationship with the earth frequencies assists our bodies and our electromagnetic fields into returning to the understanding that we are intimately supported and wealthy. And so while yes, they're like saying, hey, we're not forgetting, like it's actually cash money, you know, that we're talking about, but there's an energetic vibration that needs to be met and understood and assimilated back into the body. They're bringing me back to that inner peace where it's like there's cellular memories that are happening that I'm feeling here in the collective, where, and again, this is inundated into really our entire world, where in a cellular memory stance, your cells are just saying like, yeah, right, you know, no, we're poor, you know, no, it sucks this month, or whatever. It's like your cells are saying, hey, that's not the story that you've been telling us, like increased wealth and abundance and prosperity. That's not what you've been showing us. That's not how we are mimicking and creating our vibration. So there is a resistance there when we come into energies like wealth that automatically the body is like, hey, that's not what we've been told for all of these years. And this is why we start down in the earth, and we're rooting and we're finding our sacred stability and our sacred foundations, where we're merging with our ancient lives, our ancient cellular memories, our original divine cellular memories, where we were intimately supported. And while, yes, the wealth that we're talking about today did not matter then, it did not exist then, we were so supported and so taken care of and so comfortable in our lives that this is the energy that we're being reintroduced to, that we do remember. We're getting past these more recent years, these more recent lives of the cells being told that they are in lack, telling the cells that are being told that they need to be nervous and stressed and worried. We're going so much deeper now into the records of the earth. Accessing the many, many eons, the many, many lifetimes, the many, many memories of us being completely and fully supported on this planet and in other planets, in other magnetic cores. And now there's a rippling effect, this energy. This is very, very pretty light blue, actually, orbs that are coming both back up into your entire body, your entire frequency, but also traveling the pathways of your legs. And it's this lightness that is being reintroduced. Very, very calming for the nervous system. Again, kind of what I mentioned I thought would happen with the inner peace, but this is what's coming back up now in this code. Very stabilizing. Restructuring your cells and your memories again to access those points where increased wealth is just natural. It's natural to exist in more abundant states. Natural for your nervous system, your brain, your body, your heart to experience the comfort and the acceptance and the joy of being able to play and to live on any scale of desire that you desire. I love ones that affect the nervous system, because it's like we get those big, deep parasympathetic breaths going. Big, energetic sighs of relief, I like to liken them to. Okay, so with that, I actually think we're tapering out of this code as well. I'm going to open my eyes again. Oh my goodness, I know I've said this after every code, but I will. I talk about it all the time with the frequency codes, because again, like, I wouldn't have thought to do that or to talk about like the most ancient ways. I mean, I guess I talk a tiny bit about that in Rooted, about that connection, but not like this. Like increased wealth, I would have expected to be 10,000 other types of frequencies. But no, man, it's like a merging with your innate sacredness and with the abundant ways of this beautiful planet, like really allowing yourself to remember the possibility, right? To access the memories like, oh, like I do as a spirit even, and I did many times on this earth, live abundantly, like it is possible. So yeah, to activate that like deep in your cell is so important, so important. Oh, I hope you guys all get increased wealth too. I'll let you know, you know, what comes in for me. I mean, that's why I channeled in the prosperity codes. I wish that all for so many, for everybody, right? I wish that for everybody. It's so important to be able to thrive in this world. And it's our birthright. Ooh, my goodness. Okay, so I think I'm actually wrapping up here, my friends. I do try and keep these to, well, sometimes about a half hour. I knew I was going to let this one be about an hour, and we're at like 1:15 right now. So a couple things. TJ, you're welcome. To anybody who received a personal code, if you have questions or experience that you want to share with me in a PM, I'd be happy to go over. Really to any of you, you know, specifically, yes, if you have more questions, if I tapped into you, please do, but please do to anybody. And yeah, I'm going to share a few links, you know, to my courses. I highly recommend the Personal Empowerment Codes course as a starting point, but then there is the Chakra Blossoming, there is the Prosperity Code. So really like what your biggest goal is now, if it's like balance and stability and harmony. So inner healing, you know, outer healing, growing in your energetic skills. I'd start with personal empowerment. Maybe if you're a little more advanced, I don't really totally like to use that word, but you know what I mean. Like if you're already an energy worker and things like that, then I'd probably recommend the Chakra Blossoming codes, because they're really activating and opening. Like it's this massive alignment in those codes. And of course the prosperity codes, you know, if you're really leaning towards that increase in business, increase in self, increase, I'd recommend that. And the other thing I want to do is I think I'll drop a little link. I'm probably going to leave it at like only 5, but if somebody, I'm going to offer like 5 private recorded codes, the same thing, here for like a really reduced rate, where it's basically like if you select it, you know, if you purchase it in the links below, then just send me the same thing now, like that we've been doing. So abundance, or the back pain relief, or angelic connection, you know, that's what we'll do. Sometimes I tap in and we do, and like I go into all these things, but I really want to offer like some power to you, to your specific. So I'll add all those links. I'm totally here for your questions, for anything. PM me, comment below. I love you guys so much. You are welcome. Bonnie, Christine, Alnita, Jean, Heather, everybody. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I accept and I send back to you. And to everybody, I love you all so much. This is my life. It's my work. I wish it for you. You guys can have these skills. You can pass on these skills. You know, whatever it is that you're doing in life, it's important. And harnessing energy and understanding how to work with your full abilities is also extremely important to yourself and to what you're bringing to this world. So reach out to me. Again, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being here, and we'll talk soon. Bye.